Well, there's no name for this yet. Well, let's start a timer. I love, I love delaying things, and I don't know what to do. All right. Welcome to. We're gonna call this the Spicy Mango Podcast, as a tribute to some friends of mine. Until we have a real great name. Until now, substituted in the Spicy Mango Podcast. So welcome to the Spicy Mango Podcast. Today, solo podcast, we're going to be talking about fear of failure. Why do we let fears hold us back? So right now, this thing I'm doing right now, this podcast, it has been a fear of mine for at least 5 or 6 years, wanting to do this. And, what would hold me back? It's nobody will listen, nobody will care. People will say hurtful, mean things, people I don't even know, which makes no sense. Why that would be something of fear. We really care about, as a whole, as a collective, we seem to really care what other people think about us. And that has there's valuable reasons for that. There's implications for having people not like you. You won't have friends. It's easier to accomplish what you want in life when you have people on your team and on your side. But as far as doing something positive and something that I think in the end, there's always some, probably, let's be real, there's always some selfish ambition when we're trying to start a new thing or launch a new thing or what we think it could be. But I think when the main goal, when the main purpose is to serve people, to help people, to push people further along on their journey, to come alongside people, to create community, when all these things are what the goal is, then why let what a few negative people might have to say? And that comes, that even comes to a different point, is creating a reality that hasn't even happened yet. Right? We're living in this sphere of playing things out of what will be the result, what could come, what people might say, how will that make me feel? And it's you have these feelings that are real of things that could happen, like they have happened, but they haven't happened yet. So we live in this reality in our minds, which makes our bodies feel it, but it's not even a reality. So this is me practicing living in the moment, creating something that I hope is going to be of extreme value for everyone, including myself. And this is episode 1. We're going to talk after we name or don't rename the Spicy Mangoes Podcast. It's also a part of a project that I'm launching, which also doesn't have a name. So we're going to have to work through some of this together. But it's going to be, if anyone follows Jesse Itzer, I love that guy. He loves life. He loves life. He has such a great energy, and he's living it to the fullest. So there's going to be an element of physical fitness and challenges, like pushing your body beyond what your body thinks it can take and forcing your mind to take over. Doing really hard things, creating a community, creating joy and laughter. There's probably a few other things, a few other keywords that I have mixed in, but I'm trying to get a big vision, focus, and goal for this. But as my best friend, it's funny, I follow this guy Graham Cochran, who's all about creating online businesses, and I always talk about him to my wife, so now I refer to him as my best friend. So Graham, if you're watching, you're one of my new best friends. Anyways, as my best friend Graham Cochran talks about, we need to put ourselves out there and connect with people. And what are the 2 biggest search engines? Well, Google. So there's a blog coming. YouTube is the 2nd biggest search engine, owned by Google, which so that's 2 ways that people can find you, and then a podcast. So this video is going to be turned into a podcast as well, and we're going to do some fun, exciting, challenging things. We're going to hold some contests. We're going to hold some get-togethers. Not right now. Right now, there's no probably no contests or no community forming of like, well, maybe I shouldn't say that, but we're in Central America right now, so we got to kind of, long story short, our family's traveling right now, and we were in Canada, then we were in the States, all over the States, and now we're in Central America, Nicaragua, and we're not entirely sure where we're going to be in the next 12 months. But hopefully you guys want to come along for the journey, and maybe we'll have people meet up with us wherever we are and do some really, really fun, exciting, hard, but rewarding things. So this is episode 1. Keep it short. 5 minutes was the goal, and we're at like 5:30. So I'm glad you guys have chosen to watch if you're here. And we will see you next week.